The reality behind the algorithm debunking the biggest myth. Listen, if you are going to thrive on this platform, the very first thing we have to do is completely shatter the biggest lie you've been told about how Instagram works. I see so many creators banging their heads against the wall asking, why does the algorithm hate me? Or trying to find some magic hack to beat the algorithm. But hey, the first thing I need to tell you, there is no single Instagram algorithm. It just doesn't exist. The idea of one giant wizard behind the curtain machine controlling every single thing you see on the app is outdated advice. Instead, Instagram is a massive, complex machine made up of multiple different ranking systems, classifiers, and processes that are all together working together at the exact same time. In fact, Instagram runs on at least 7 different algorithms. 7. That's a lot, I know. So think of Instagram not as one single bouncer guarding the door to a club, but as a massive casino with different floor managers. The managers running the slot machines, our Reels, has a totally different set of rules that the manager running the high roller poker tables, stories, or the restaurant. For us, it will be the home feed of Instagram. So if you try to play poker using slot machine rules, you are going to lose your shirt. So before we break down these different systems, I need you to understand why these systems exist. We have to look at Meta's corporate motives. Instagram doesn't actually care about making your influencer dreams come true, about making your content creators' dreams come true, or just helping users discover art they love. At the end of the day, Meta lives and dies by 2 metrics to keep Wall Street and the shareholders happy. Average time spent on the app and ad revenue, of course. That is their entire business model. Every single algorithm tweak, shadow ban, and policy change is designed to serve those 2 goals. Only those 2 goals. They want to keep people glued to their screens for as long as humanly possible so they can serve them more ads. That's it. So now let's get into the more fun stuff, because I know that sounds very brutal. So how do those different managers actually run their floors? To succeed, you have to understand that the home feed, the explore page, reels, and stories are not interchangeable. They serve completely different purposes in the multi-algorithm system. Let's look at a few examples of how these different algorithms actually judge you. So the first thing, the Reels algorithm, let's call it the discovery engine. It's the algorithm that controls Reels, and it has one main job: reaching new people. It's designed to pull in unconnected reach, meaning strangers who do not follow you, because it's showing your content to strangers. It has to be extremely ruthless about testing your video. So when you post a reel, the algorithm doesn't just blast it to everyone. It pushes your video to a small test group first, a mix of your followers and non-followers on the explore page, usually within the first 10 to 20 minutes. It watches exactly how this small group reacts. So their reaction is very important for you. And this specific algorithm prioritizes watch time and retention above almost everything else. It tracks precisely how long people stay on your video because of content fatigue. Viewers are ruthless, and the Reels algorithm knows that. If a viewer drops off in the first 3 seconds, your post is dead. If they make it past 50% of the video, well, the algorithm gets a really strong signal to push it further. That's interesting. They watch it. They don't skip it. It catches their attention. And if they rewatch it, yeah, that's a really super good sign for the algorithm, for this algorithm. And here is a fascinating twist about the Reels algorithm. It also heavily tracks the share rate. So when someone sends your reel to a friend via direct message, the system treats that as the ultimate endorsement. It tells the algorithm, oh, this is so good. I am personally recommending it to a friend. This is so good. They are recommending it to someone else. So if your reel doesn't grab attention instantly and isn't something people want to direct message to send to their group chat, the Reels algorithm will literally cap your reach, dropping you from 50 views a minute to just 1 or 2. Okay, the second algorithm, the home feed and carousels, the nurture engine, that's how we will call it. So now let's walk over here to the home feed. This algorithm is of course totally different from Reels. The home feed algorithm is primarily built for your existing followers. It wants to figure out what the people who already chose to follow you actually care about. Right now, carousels, those fancy multi-image posts you swipe through, are performing incredibly well here, but the algorithm is tracking a very specific metric, saves and intentional dwell time. Let's say you post a 6-slide carousel about how to organize your closet, for example. The algorithm isn't looking for quick viral laughs here. It is watching to see if people swipe all the way through and, most importantly, if they hit the save button. Saves tell this specific algorithm that their content has long-term, reference-worthy value. If someone saves it, they want to come back to it later, which means, yes, you guessed it right, more time spent on the app. And furthermore, the algorithm can actually track the depth of comments here. It really knows very well when a comment is just a spammy fire emoji or a nice pic under 3 words, and it gives those almost zero weight. But if someone leaves a 4-sentence comment having a real discussion, this algorithm boosts your post because you are keeping people engaged in the comment section. Okay, the next one, the Instagram Stories algorithm. It's the retention engine. Okay, this is where people get really confused. I know, they think posting 20 stories a day will help them go viral, and of course it won't. The Stories algorithm is not for reaching new people. It's purely for keeping your current followers from leaving. It's your tool for connecting with your current audience. So the Stories algorithm doesn't care about shares as much. It cares about what Instagram engineers call navigation. So when someone taps on your story, this algorithm tracks their exact micro movements. Did they tap back to rewatch the previous frame? That's a massive positive signal for this algorithm. Did they tap forward to speed through? Did they tap next story to skip you entirely? Or did they exit to the app while watching your face? So if your followers are constantly escaping the app when your story pops up, the algorithm will stop showing your stories to people. But if you do something clever, like run a poll or say something that makes them click your profile picture to visit your main profile, the algorithm sees those profile visits and pushes your stories to the front of the line because you are driving deep interaction. The next one, the search and explore algorithm, and this is the interest matcher. So finally, this is an entire algorithm dedicated purely to topical authority and search engine optimization. And a year ago, people just stuffed 30 hashtags into a post and hoped for the best. Do you remember these times? Today, Instagram's search algorithm is highly sophisticated compared to what it was before. So this system physically reads your caption, Yes, it's AI-based right now. It reads the text you put on the screen of your video, your bio, and even the alt text on your photos to understand exactly what your content is about. It even uses photo recognition to scan your content. So if your bio says helping you live your best life, the algorithm has no idea who to show you to. But if it says plant-based meal prep for busy people and your video text says free easy vegan recipes, the algorithm confidently categorizes you. It then matches your content to users who are actively searching for vegan meals. So if you drift randomly between fitness, travel, and cooking, yes, you are right, the algorithm gets confused, categorizes you poorly, and punishes your reach many times. And the big takeaway from this first fundamental lesson is that, my dear, you have to realize that Instagram is actually 7 different algorithms, and you have to stop trying to create one perfect post to hack this system and start treating your content like a balanced diet. So you post reels to reach strangers and feed the discovery algorithm. You post interesting, engaging carousels to get saves and feed the nurture algorithm, and you post daily stories with interactive polls and things that make people feel more connected to you to feed the retention algorithm and keep your community well engaged. And you make sure every piece of your text on your screen tells the search algorithm exactly what niche you belong in. And well, the head of Instagram, you probably know his name very well, Adam Mosseri, has literally admitted that they push small changes to those algorithms almost every single day. Yeah, quite often. But if you understand why the machines are built to keep people on the app, to drive ad revenue, and to show people exactly what keeps them watching, you don't have to chase trends so much. You just have to create content that fits the right system.